Provisional matches seem to be placing players lower than before, the Minimap Bug gets a whole lot worse, a new challenger approaches, and our LCS Super Week recap. All that, and the winners of our 35,000 subscriber giveaway on this week's Waypoint. What's up guys, and welcome to Waypoint, your weekly League of Legends recap for January 23rd, 2014. I'm your host, Mike Shafton. Now with the start of Season 4, I hope that everyone did well in their provisional matches this past week. However, it appears that many players are reporting much lower placements than their previous season. So to try and clear the air, Riot Socrates took to Reddit to talk about how placements are currently working. Now, first up, he confirms that there was in fact a soft reset, but it's not as strong as it was in past seasons. This means that everybody has been reset to approximately the same level, but the system will take your previous season into account. Next, Socrates addressed players like myself that were placed into a league that were much lower than their MMR due to a bad provisional series. He says that these players will see accelerated gains in league points and even division skipping as they continue to win games, so that they can quickly reach the correct MMR. In addition, he's also going to be posting a 2014 ranked season FAQ shortly, so be sure to keep an eye out for that as well. So where did you guys place this season? I had an extremely unlucky 10 matches and personally only managed to win 3 of my matches, which puts me all the way down in the depths of Elo Hell at Bronze 4. Bronze 4! I guess it's time for me to dust off my schedule and get to grinding because it's going to be a really long season. Now, many of you guys may have experienced the Minimap Bug that has existed in the past. This was where the champion's portrait appeared in one location on the minimap, but a few seconds later, the actual champion would appear somewhere else. Well, unfortunately, it looks like in 4.1, this bug has gotten even worse, and now the actual champion model can appear in the game even when the champion is somewhere completely different. From reports, it seems like the bug tends to occur when you lose sight of the enemy player, most often the jungler. When you regain vision of the champion, you'll actually see a ghost of the enemy player near you, while the champion might be somewhere else on the map. This bug is extremely annoying. I mean, imagine seeing the jungler top and then all of a sudden you're getting ganked bottom. This is a pretty game-breaking bug that I honestly hope gets fixed as soon as possible. So last week we brought up the idea of the next new champion and how Riot Broken Sword explained that it was going to be something that we weren't expecting. Well, shortly after editing last week's episode, Reddit user ZennyRoom actually managed to discover files of a champion that appears to be coming from the void. Now the information to follow is completely unconfirmed and is based on speculation, and Riot has said nothing to endorse this newly discovered champion. Keeping all that in mind, let's take a look at the possibility of the new champion Vel'Koz. This eyeball-like champion with void-inspired particles and abilities seems to be hinted all over Riot's most recent work. The first hint that we may have received comes in the new Season 4 Promotional site when you click the tab beyond the game. If you follow down to the end of the paragraph, you will actually find the text, "Oh, and keep an eye out for an invasion from the outside." The next possible hint towards this champion's development is actually what appears to be in Creator Victor's splash screen. Look past Cho'Gath and even Urgot, and even past Battlecast Kog'Maw, and you'll see what looks like a one-eyed tentacle monster that's floating in the background. Kind of like something out of the Matrix. But I think that the biggest possible hint of unofficial confirmation was the Season 4 forum post where Medler sat down to answer a lot of questions. After Medler called it quits, Zelnith posted something that stated, "I'm a little sad it's premature to start hinting at the new champion. I've been eyeballing some amazing puns for when the time is right. Since you guys will just read into too much of everything I say, I'll try to remember that silence is golden and all of the cake in this post is a lie." Could this statement and play on words be a tease to the new eyeball-themed champion? Or maybe Riot has caught on to our game and is now possibly leaving false breadcrumbs for us to follow. Maybe pulling a little bit of a Kansas City shuffle?
What's a Kansas City shuffle? This is a Kansas City shuffle. They look right. And you go left.
Well guys, Lindsay asked for it and you guys followed through. We've reached 35,000 subscribers on YouTube and that's no easy feat. I honestly could not be happier and thank you guys so much for subscribing. We hope to continue to grow with you guys as you watch all of our content. Now I'll stop stalling and get to what you guys really care about, and that's announcing the 5 winners of the $10 in Riot points. So this time around, our contest winners are Alexander Tekev, Neo Erix, Chaos Bender, Eric Carlson, and Philip Anderson. Congratulations guys on winning your free Riot points. Be sure to check your YouTube inboxes for more details on how to claim your free Riot points. For those of you guys who didn't win, don't feel discouraged here because we like to constantly give away Riot points to all of our subscribers, and I promise there will be more in the future. Now I know everyone here is no stranger to the free-to-play game genre. After all, it's why we love League of Legends so much. Zero cost, zero risk, all reward. With that said, if you guys want to help support LOL Nation TV, consider trying out World of Warplanes. The new free-to-play dogfighter is action-packed with hundreds of unlockables and hours of content to experience, and it's all free just like League of Legends. Even more importantly is that World of Warplanes is not pay to win, which plagues so many other free-to-play games that are out there. Be rest assured that your gameplay is kept safe by either time invested or money spent. World of Warplanes is an amazing game with absolutely no risk to try, so to get your hands on your first Warplane as well as support LOL Nation TV, head on over to offergb.com/warplanes or simply click the link or banner that can be found below this video. The LCS Spring Split for 2014 kicked off last week for North America and Europe, and guys, it was an LCS Super Week. Each region played over the course of 3 days with teams playing 4 games apiece. First up, making his NALCS debut is the former mid laner for Europe's Ninjas in Pajamas, Bjergsen, more popularly known as the Burger King. No, not that Burger King. Meeting him on the Rift is Team Dignitas and veteran mid laner Skara. After picks and bans, it seemed as though Bjergsen would be testing his skills with the Blanc against the newest champion to hit League of Legends, Yasuo. But where the EU pros falter, Bjergsen proves he's worthy of his crown as he played a near flawless LeBlanc. Profiting off of Dignitas' lack of vision, Bjergsen was a terror to all in the jungle, two-shotting anyone in the Deceiver's way. TSM pulled the big W with a 22-minute raffle stomp, going 3-19 against Dignitas. All hail the Burger King! In the featured matchup of Cloud9 vs TSM, Cloud9 Captain High brought the fan-favorite Teemo, yeah, I said it, Teemo, to the Rift against TSM. Teemo's infamous global taunt almost proved to be too much, as High seemed to be the focus of TSM's crosshairs. But in my opinion, that little bastard deserves every little bit of grief he has coming to him for f***ing with my solo queue for the rest of Season 4. TSM changed tactics fast, deciding to swap out ward trinkets for sweepers to combat Teemo's arsenal of poisonous mushrooms. But as the game played out, it seemed as though the summer 2013 champion's superior coordination prevailed and Cloud9 wins the match at 47 minutes with a score of 16-9. The biggest upset of the week has got to be the Dignitas vs Cloud9 game on day 3 of Super Week. Right out of the gate, Cloud9's all-in melee team seemed useless against Dig's disengage-heavy team. Things started off pretty standard until Cloud9's High and his Riven took on Skara's Gragas in a 1v1. With an impressive flash body slam combo, Skara comes out on top and snowballed from there. Cloud9 did what they could to keep their heads above water by taking early objectives, but the insanity of IamCutiePie's Jinx proved to be too much. Dignitas takes an impressive win against the Summer Split champions with a 37-minute game going 19-3. I guess even gods can bleed. As the rankings currently stand in the NALCS, Cloud9 and TSM sit tied at the front of the pack. Team Curse, Counterlogic Gaming, Team Dignitas, and Team Coast are in a 4-way tie for 3rd place. And it seems that the new European crossover team, Evil Geniuses, and XDG Gaming are sitting at the bottom of the totem pole in 7th place. So let's take some time to take a look at the EU LCS standings. The first match was Fnatic vs Gambit. Reckless, making his appearance as the new AD carry for Fnatic, is also one of the youngest competitive league players to grace Summoner's Rift. There is much hype riding on his shoulders, however it looks like his shoulders can bear the burden. Neither he nor Yellowstar died in this entire match. They even turned a dire 2v3 into a surprising double kill. Along with Fnatic team captain XPeke's outrageous 10-1-7 Orianna, Reckless jinxed his team to victory for the inaugural game of the EU LCS. Next up, built off the fragments of evil geniuses, Alliance tries to live up to the hype of being the super team that many in the EU have deemed them to be. Unfortunately, it appears as though Fnatic has planned on not letting that dream come to fruition. The Season 1 World Champions made their dominance known as they kept a decisive hold around the arena, taking objectives and securing kills. After a Baron steal by Fnatic's jungler Cyanide, Alliance fate was sealed, losing a 43-minute long game with a score of 8-4. So after the first week of the EU LCS, Fnatic sits at the summit with a flawless 4-0. Gambit Gaming and new to the LCS team Rocket with a 3-1 score sitting tied for second. Copenhagen Wolves and veteran team SK Gaming hold the middle ground with 2-2 each, sitting in 4th place. Millennium and last-minute entries Super Hot Crew XD share 6th place at 1-3, and Alliance locks down 8th place with a disappointing 0-4 for the first week of the LCS. Have you guys checked out LoL King's League trends? If not, and you're missing Lindsay, be sure to check out their YouTube channel because each week Cloth 5 recaps stats from LoL King's database to bring you weekly trends and top picks, bans, as well as wins within League of Legends. So if you guys haven't checked out their show or YouTube channel, you can do so by clicking right here. That does it for this week's episode of Waypoint. Be sure to check back every week on Thursday for updated League of Legends news. If you guys like this video, be sure to like and comment below as it helps spread our audience. And if you want to see more League of Legends content, recaps, and updates, as well as our own show, Summoner Showcase Revival, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, LOLNation TV. I'm Mike Shaffnet. You guys can follow me on Twitter at Mike Shaffnet. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next Waypoint.
Game Breaker TV.